Good morning, or depending when you're watching this, good afternoon, good evening, or good night. My name's Ross, and as always told, out of Voice of Radio. So today we need to take a look at what is going on with these Pokémon Center exclusive Elite Trainer boxes, and ask the question, how much should you be desperately rushing to try and pick up the Pokémon Center exclusive Elite Trainer boxes? Because let's not forget, there is one coming up in about 3.5 weeks. In about 3.5 weeks, we are going to see Paldean Fates releasing, and one of the first products releasing for Paldean Fates is going to be, well, the Elite Trainer box, but there are, of course, two versions, the regular and the Pokémon Center exclusive. And I've told you this before, but when it comes to the Elite Trainer boxes, the Pokémon Center exclusive now, it's quite straightforward. Back in the Sword and Shield era, it was kind of weird, and what would be in the Pokémon Center exclusive, frankly, changed on a whim. And it was weird and difficult trying to track what the actual changes were. Like for Silver Tempest, for instance, if you went and compared the regular and the Pokemon Center exclusive, there was a coin, an extra set of sleeves. And there's always been a couple extra packs. But it was some extra sleeves and a coin. And that was what you would get. It was weird, alright? Well, now they've gone and made it quite uniform. It's 2 extra packs and a stamped promo in addition to the regular promo. That's it. So to put it another way, if you're looking at these Pokemon Center exclusive Elite Trainer boxes, there are 2 reasons you should care about them. Number 1, sealed collection. Because the sleeves and all inside are the same, but the outer boxes are slightly different. You can see from Paldean Fates here, they're very slightly different, but they are still slightly different. And the stamped promo. That is it. That is all you've got. If you don't care about the stamped promo or a sealed collection, don't even worry about these. Just pick up the regular Elite Trainer boxes or other products, you'll be fine. But there are 2 reasons why you want to pick these up, and that is sealed collection and stamped promo. So what are we looking at with these? Now, I should mention, for Paldean Fates, as it stands at the moment, if you head on over to the Pokemon Center in the UK, where I am, they are actually still just there, available, ready to order. They are there for £50, just ready to be ordered. Pick them up, put them in your basket, jobs are good. I mean, metaphorically picking them up, of course. It'd be weird otherwise. But the point is, if you're in the UK or anywhere else that, you can order from the UK, yeah. And don't forget, as always, you can use shipping with the code PTCGRadio15 if you want to order from a website that doesn't ship to your location. That will work. Seriously, if you're looking out for these, that's an idea you can use. Shipping.com, PTCG Radio. Because in the US, I'm afraid to say, it's not there right now. It's not available to pre-order. The Paldean Fates Pokemon Center exclusive Elite Trainer box is sold out on the US Pokemon Center. Now, also important to note, and I can't guarantee, I don't work for Pokemon, I don't know for a fact, but there is a real trend here that Pokemon tend to restock these on the release date. So if I were you personally, I would be waiting until the 26th of January, which is the official release date of these, and then I would be looking to pick these up. That's what I would be doing personally. Now, I'm in the UK and I've already pre-ordered it. If you're in the UK and you haven't pre-ordered it, what are you doing? Get on it. But outside the UK, I would wait for the 26th. Because the thing is, if you want a Pokemon Center exclusive Elite Trainer box, there are a bunch in stock on the Pokemon Center. Pre-Scarlet and Violet. Post-Scarlet and Violet, well, it's actually weird. In the US, you can still pick up the Obsidian Flames one, but that is the only Scarlet and Violet era, i.e. with a promo, that is in stock and available. Literally just Obsidian Flames, nothing else. Whereas in the UK, you can pick up Pokemon Go and Paradox Rift. And that's it. They are the only Scarlet and Violet era ones with the promos that aren't showing as sold out. Yes, it's a little bit weird. It's not terribly consistent. I'm not entirely sure what you want me to do about that. But that's where we are at the moment. General rule is, and we've seen this for a while now, they'll be put up for pre-order. They will sell out very quickly. In the US and the UK, they tend to stay around for a lot more, but I wouldn't chance it. They will then come back into stock on the release day, and you'll get another chance to pick them up. And then they will be gone forever. Now, I'm not saying there will not be a restock. We actually saw a surprise restock of 151 Elite Trainer boxes just the other day on the Pokémon Center. But as a general rule, they come in on release date, and then you can't expect to see them again. And I'm not saying you will never see them again. I'm saying you cannot expect to see them again. So with that in mind, how much do they actually end up going for? How ridiculous have they gotten? Well, look, like I've said, in the US, you can actually still pick up Obsidian Flames at retail on the Pokémon Center. In the UK, you can still pick up both Pokemon Go and Paradox Rift. Just for the retail price, they're just there. Like I say, different in different countries. Sorry about that, but that's where we are at the moment. What about the others? Well, that is unfortunately where it gets a little bit awkward, because once they disappear off the Pokémon Center, there isn't really any reason for them to stay cheap. And unfortunately, they don't. Take the 151 Pokémon Center exclusive Elite Trainer box. Over in the US right now, it's about $90. $90 seems about right for this. And, I mean, I'm showing you a bunch in a row here. It's $90. I'm not saying there aren't any cheaper. I am saying that these are products that, well, I mean, I showed you a second ago. These are retailing for $50. Oh, wait, no, 151's a special set, sorry. Special set is actually a little more expensive. It retails for $60, so you're paying 50% over. And this one only just sold out. This is like a recent set. Hasn't been gone long. Sorry, ladies and gentlemen. But then, of course, you get the question of, well, all right, what if we don't want it for the Seal Collection? What if we just want the promo? What if we just want the Pokemon Center stamped promo? Surely that's okay. Well, according to TCG Player, that's like a $30 card right now. It's come down from $40, which is quite nice, I suppose. Although, to be fair, the last sold was $44, so maybe not that much. And that's kind of one of the points I want to make in this video. Sometimes it happens where you can look at a sealed product and go, oh, that's kind of ridiculous. I think I'll just buy the single. Ignore the sealed product, buy the single. Sometimes that works fine. Doesn't really work here, unfortunately. Doesn't really work at all. Because these promos end up being a bit ridiculous. I mean, even if you take something like Paldea Evolved. Now, the good news is that Paldea Evolved is a much, much, much less impressive set than a lot of the others out there. And you can see here, this can actually be picked up for $70. Now, it should be $50, regular set. So, don't get me wrong, $70 is still $20 over retail, which is not ideal. But at least it's a little bit more reasonable. It's not great, but it is a little bit more reasonable. And honestly, 70 is a little bit of an outlier. It generally ends up around 80 to 90 is the average. You can see there are a couple other listings there. One for 85 including shipping and one for 85 including shipping. But you do occasionally get them a little bit lower. Just to be clear, 70 is the outlier, 80 to 90 is about what you'll generally be paying. Well, alright then, what about the promo? Well, again, it's a little bit cheaper than the Snorlax. It's generally coming in at about a $20 promo. So this one, at least, you can actually look at and go, okay, maybe it is worth spending $20 on the promo. Now, I will always mention at this stage, right? You need to remember, you get a whole mess of packs and stuff. So have a look at the price of the Elite Trainer box, take $20 off, see if that seems like a good deal for all the packs, etc. If so, maybe not. So some of these promos, like the Pikachu, can be picked up at a semi-reasonable price, but not all of them. If we take Miraidon and Koraidon, for example, these were the Pokemon Center exclusive Scarlet and Violet Elite Trainer Box promos. The Miraidon is sitting in quite nicely as a $25 card. You'll notice it went down initially, but is now kind of creeping up quite nicely. And I'm going to show you the actual boxes in a minute. But it doesn't seem like this is really going to go down that dramatically anytime soon. Sorry if anyone was expecting this card to crash. It's probably not going to. The Koraidon is not as popular as the Miraidon, incidentally. That one can actually be picked up for like $15. So again, it's always worth looking on TCG Player and just making that determination. Is it worth actually picking up the Elite Trainer box? If I'm just after the promo, maybe I can pick up the promo for a reasonable price, and maybe you can. But some of them, the more popular ones like the Snorlax, you absolutely can't. Now, annoyingly, searching on eBay, etc. for Scarlet and Violet Pokémon Center Elite Trainer box will pick up all of them, because every set is Scarlet and Violet. And I will say, these are a little more reasonable. Now, to be clear, these are cheap, but I found some this morning for 60, 70 bucks. You will pay more for the Miraidon than the Koraidon. As I just showed you with the promos, the Miraidon is by far the more sought after. Generally with these, you'll probably be paying more in the 80 to 90 region, but they can be picked up that little bit cheaper. To be fair, that $60 Koraidon is very cheap and probably won't be there very long. I mean, even in the US, if we have a look at Paradox Rift, they're generally going for about $65 to $70, and bearing in mind, these are in stock in the UK. In the UK, these are literally still available over on the Pokémon Center. The rule here is really quite simple. They generally get restocked on release, and you've got a little bit of time to pick them up. After that, they start creeping up, and they keep creeping up, and the promos start doing it as well. Some of the boxes, you are going to end up paying more than others. It depends on how popular the set is as a whole. But even like Paldea Evolved I showed you, that is not the most popular set. And honestly, you're generally going to be paying about 50% above retail. 50% above retail for these is good. So, Paldean Fates, if you're in the UK, it's not too late. If you're in the US, look for a drop on release date. That was when I would generally expect it. But these are ones, and we've seen this for a while now, you are going to be paying over the odds if you cannot pick these up direct from the Pokémon Center. You have been warned. I've shown you roughly what they're all going for. Except Obsidian Flames, which, like I say, I'm showing you the US prices here. That's readily available in the US on the Pokémon Center, so I don't think that one really counts. So there we go. That's what you need to know. Yes, these are getting expensive, and don't expect them to drop. That's kind of the point here. Expect these to always be expensive. Expect these to go up in price and keep going up in price. Don't expect restocks, and I'm not saying there won't be, because there was a surprise restock of 151 the other day. But I absolutely am saying expect that to be the exception rather than the rule unless Pokemon prove otherwise. Get these if you can on release, because after release they go up, they keep going up, and we're still like a year into Scarlet and Violet. We have not seen how high these are going to get yet. Think of this as a little bit of a warning from your old pal Wassy that if you want to pick these up, might want to do so sooner rather than later. For now, I want to know what you think about this, so let me know in the comment section. Go nuts! Be nice! And then make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel, follow me on Twitter at TheWassy. That's where we talk Pokemon and a bunch of other card games. And please do consider checking out patreon.com/PTCGradio, where you can support the channel, get some bonus podcasts, and all kinds of fun things. Oh, and get shoutouts on the channel, like the lovely Danger Morales, who's been a supporter of us for a while now and is a very lovely person. So shout out to them for the support and the loveliness. But by far the most important thing as always, look after yourselves till next time, would ya? Thank you very much for watching. My name's Ross, and you've been watching PTCG Radio.